Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today I wanted to talk about Kafka and how even a few patches later and also into the future, she'll remain a very valuable character and also get better with time as the game goes on. I wanted to go over her role as a character and also things to consider when it does come to the future of a character like Kafka. And then I'll also mention another character that I think this can apply to as well. If you do enjoy videos like these, make sure to subscribe and also leave a like if you like Kafka. Without further ado though, let's get straight into the video. So I thought I'd start with Kafka as a character and her role, which is to allow for a very enhanced playstyle with damage over time characters, and as of recently, even mixtures of non-damage over time characters that can work with Kafka. Kafka being able to detonate damage over time makes her very strong with characters that can consistently inflict damage over time, as we know, since she'll be able to deal more damage with her detonation, allow her to be a powerful main damage dealer on your team. Even with non-damage over time users, which can be more so a secondary DPS playstyle, can work too. One example I really like is Sushong. Sushong doesn't inflict damage over time like a character like Luca, but since she is very good and consistent at breaking enemies, if you do mixtures of break builds as Sushong, you can use her as a secondary DPS plus a bleed character with her breaks, so Kafka can honestly benefit, or really highly benefit, from a teammate like Sushong too. And overall, Kafka does have quite a bit of variety as to who she could be paired with when it comes to characters overall, and also who you enjoy using with a character like Kafka. I know for a fact DPS characters can definitely get power crept in the future, but I personally think because of how Kafka works in particular, I don't think she'll be really easy to power creep because of her functions as a character and the uniqueness of her skill kit. Not to say the other DPS characters are going to easily get power crept. I don't believe that either, but rather, let's say they released a character that, and this is just a hypothetical, of course, that does way more damage than, I don't know, Don Hong Il, and they're also imaginary. Some people would probably argue that that could be power creep in the case that that happened. But with Kafka's case, they would basically have to do, I guess, another damage over time detonator, since she is unique in that regard, and I don't personally think they would do that anytime soon at all. We've also been getting more and more characters, of course, as of lately, and when it comes to Kafka, two characters I enjoy that are actually recent characters is Huohuo and Topaz, both being non-damage over time dealers. Huohuo is great for the sustain purpose, of course, and the attack increase highly benefits Kafka for sure, especially when it comes to damage over time, and also the energy. The energy is really nice because it can allow the team to have really good rotations, being able to use their ultimates more often. I like the case of Sampo and Silverwolf and Huohuo on the team alongside Kafka. This is pretty nice. There are multiple variations of what you could do with your team, but there are ways to make your team really strong. Topaz is also great. She is a follow-up centric character, so of course Numby and her benefit from the follow-up attacks. Kafka has a follow-up attack in her kit when a character on your team uses a basic attack on the enemy. Kafka just follow-up attacks them, which can advance Numby. And since you can control who your ally is basic attacking on an enemy for Kafka to do that follow-up, I feel like the synergy is honestly really good and can be pretty consistent overall, so I definitely enjoy this team, and it's definitely an option that's pretty nice as well. In the case though of Topaz, I thought I'd also mention she also has the benefits of, when it comes to the future, she also will get better. Whenever we get our next follow-up character, depending on how their follow-ups work, it most likely will synergize with Topaz, and then you'll definitely see a lot of people mentioning Topaz up, Kafka up, whatever it may be, because with Kafka's case, Kafka has been benefiting a lot from recent things in the game, which I'll get into very shortly. And then with Topaz's case, I'm telling you, like, that moment we get another follow-up attacker, it'll be really good for her, and it'll definitely make a lot of Topaz teams shine even more. Before we carry on though, I thought I'd ask you guys, how is your New Year's going so far? For me, I've been enjoying just playing a lot of video games during my winter break, and also enjoying some really tasty snacks, which I present to you guys Tokyo Treat and Sakurako's New Year themed boxes for the month of January. And better yet, these boxes come straight from Japan right to your doorstep. Tokyo Treat's New Year's box is called New Year's Snacking Party. There's lucky red and white Kit Kats, which these Kit Kats, by the way, will make you win your next 50/50 in Star Rail. The source is just to trust me on this one. You also have deep fried mochi snacks and much more goodies. As for Sakurako, they have plenty of tasty snacks, one of them being lemon mochi, and you also get these really nice booklets to learn more about Japanese history revolving around the boxes you received for the month and information about your tasty new snack. Make sure to check out my description down below to order your own snack boxes or even get them for your loved ones for the new year. Thank you to Sakurako and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring today's video, and now let's carry on. I wanted to also discuss though the build variety when it comes to Kafka, or rather, as you guys know, we recently got a new 1.5 Relic Set, which is really good for damage over time users and characters that can take advantage of the effects from the Relic Set. The Relic Set can enhance our current damage over time users and can just be better to use on these sort of characters at times, which in a way also enhances the Kafka team and just damage over time users in general. I've noticed a lot of people have swapped from simply the Lightning set to now this new damage over time set, and the damage over time set is really good for that sort of play style. Similar to the follow-up set, highly benefited characters like Topaz, Jingy Win, and all of them. These sets are really nice for making our newer and even in a way older units shine more in comparison than before. And it also lets you have varieties with your builds that can help you decide which relics to grind for. Since Trailblazer power is limited as it is, it helps to have options since you can grind out for a lot of your characters at once rather than constantly swapping between relic domains when it comes to grinding. So it's just a nice touch because I feel like it makes your grinding a bit more efficient. Now though, I did want to mention the future aspects of Kafka. So when it comes to future proofing, I did say when she released and also a bit earlier in the video that she's a pretty good character when it comes to the future, since she'll get better with time because of the way her kit is. The more damage over time characters we get, whenever we get our next one, she'll be able to have a new partner and possibly even a best partner, depending on what they do. I personally think once we get like another 5-star damage over time character that like is very damage over time centric, I feel like Kafka is going to be on the board really high up, especially if that character, which I would assume would synergize very well with her, is really nice to have alongside Kafka. So I feel like Kafka is going to definitely shoot up and value even further, more than she already has. So I think that's something really good to consider when it comes to just general thoughts. It's good if you want that damage over time playstyle, or you want to pair her with characters, even possibly like Topaz, with the follow-up attack because of Kafka having that in her kit. She has a variety of things in her kit, and it's not just the detonation that can benefit from other characters. So overall, I think Kafka is definitely a really good character still, and in the future, I feel like she'll continue to be really strong. And you guys can let me know what you guys think. And I've seen a few say Kafka isn't really as good anymore. Some say that Kafka is perfectly fine and getting even stronger, and with more aligned possibly with this video than more so the side of she's getting weaker, because I do think that set definitely helped. Once again, in the future, she'll definitely get stronger and stronger. I am kind of hyping up Kafka in a way, but in the same time, I just feel like she's a very valuable character. I also see that with Topaz, and I more so just wanted to share my thoughts on that. And I want to know what you guys think. You guys think Kafka is still a very valuable character, or do you think her value has definitely gone down as time has gone on? I just love to know in the comments down below. And if you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and I hope all of you have a great one like always. Peace.